Hi boys and girls, that is a stable camera, so I am safely driving here. This Kismet Fishing is brought to you by Waterland Optics. Remember, you can buy Waterland Optics using the code KEN15 at Waterland, including the new Bedfisher series, and get 15% off. And I appreciate y'all doing that because it supports the channel. I have never chastised or said a negative thing about another fisherman in a video until this video. I'll get to that in just a second. I got the chance today, as you guys know, or some of you don't know, my wife had a pretty major hip surgery 2 weeks ago. That's why I've kind of disappeared. So with 2 little boys and a house with multiple stairs in it to 2 different upstairs, she simply cannot be home on crutches by herself with our boys. So I have had to suspend all fishing and a lot of my work activities, especially in the mornings and in the evenings, to help her with them. So I apologize, I've kind of disappeared, but I'll be back. We got about another week and a half on crutches. But as I mentioned to you guys earlier in the year, I got appointed to the Texas Freshwater Fishery Advisory Committee, and we had a meeting in Athens, Texas today at the Fishery Center. I got some cool video about that. But first, I got about an hour and a half on the water this morning. First time I've been on the water in several weeks, and here's what happened. And when we come back, I'll show you guys, I'm going to talk to you guys about what ticked me off, and I have some words for somebody. Dude, I'm fishing through here. What the hell, man? So what you're going to see here is I make this cast, and I jerk that bait down to the grass, and when I clip the grass, I then raise my rod up to get it up over the grass so I can work it over the top of the grass. And this fish is sitting right in the top of the grass, and I'll talk about it here in a second. I had just seen this fish on forward imaging. I'm gonna learn this live scope stuff. I saw that one follow a swim bait and not get it. And I just turned around, she was hooked right on top of the head. I just turned around and picked up a jerk bait. It's that 106 DD. And the dunk. Let's see if I can't boat this fish. She's not hooked great, she sort of snipped at it. She's also post-spawning hard. Oh, she nearly got me. Thought she was hooked in the top of the head, but she was hooked good. So good morning. We've got a Freshwater Fisheries Advisory Committee meeting here in Athens this morning. So I had just about an hour and a half time to come out here and fish a little bit. Big old healthy, I would say post-spawn, but gosh, that fish has no bloody tail. That may be somehow still a pre-spawner. But we got a Freshwater Fisheries Advisory Committee meeting this morning, so it gave me a chance to come fish for a few minutes. And I'm gonna get this live scope thing where I can catch them. Been milking. All right, so last week at the Bassmaster Open on Toledo Bend, and I've never done this. I've said this already, but this made me mad. And by the way, this is the 5th or 6th time I've recorded this because I've had to calm down, and every time I do this, the first one had profanity in it, and the second one had a little bit in it, and the third one I was red in the face, and I've calmed down now. But so last week at the Bassmaster Open on Toledo Bend, Ish Monroe got on stage. And I do not know Ish Monroe, never met the man, maybe the nicest guy in the world, don't know, don't care. But Ish Monroe said something that Ish Monroe don't know what the hell he's talking about. And what he said was, in so many words, great fishery, blah, blah, blah. Texas Park and Wildlife needs to quit spraying the grass and let it grow. Well, you know what, Ish Monroe? Don't you worry about California, because y'all got the messed up fisheries. We're the ones producing all the 15, 16, and 17 pound fish. I mean, Toledo Bend had a new lake record this year in a tournament. So what made me mad about this, if you guys remember, and I'll put a link to the video right there, we talked to John Van Dyson last fall about spraying. And so John is with Texas Park and Wildlife Inland Fisheries Division. He oversees the 6-man team, that 6-person team that does all of the spraying of invasive species in all of the reservoirs in Texas, including Toledo Bend. Toledo Bend is 187,000 acres. And when John told us this would have been the fall of 22. In 2021, they had reduced the spraying in Toledo down to only the north end, less than 1,700 acres. That is less than 1% of the lake. So Ish Monroe, just because they stick a microphone in your face, if you don't know something and you're just getting hearsay, don't say anything, man. Worry about your own lakes. The grass is growing back great in Toledo Bend. Toledo Bend's grass disappeared because we had extremely low water, immediately followed by a very large influx of water. So we had high turbulent water, and it basically darked out the grass. You can't have, it's got to have sunlight. You get muddy water on top of it, and it killed it. But the water levels stabilized now. The grass is growing back beautifully in big parts of the lake. So that's my 2 cents on this. The dude doesn't know what he's talking about, and he got up there and he popped off about it, and he shouldn't have. And as a Texas fisherman, I don't appreciate you saying things about my parks and wildlife when my parks and wildlife is doing a hell of a lot better job managing the fisheries than yours is. So there you go. Yes, I am a homer. Yes, I am on a committee, but it doesn't matter. I would have said this no matter what, because I know the guys who do this, and they shot straight with us. They told us what they're doing and why they're doing it. They even told us what they're spraying, how they figured out what to spray. So, okay, enough of that. Don't troll me, man. Don't troll us. We know what we're doing over here. Don't worry about it. There you go, boys and girls. So, hope you enjoyed that, at least the first part. Apologize for anybody I offended there other than Ish Monroe. Not apologizing to that, because you're wrong and you shouldn't have said anything. It's not your damn business. So, there you go, boys and girls. I got some really cool footage. I will say this to you. I saw verified 14 fish today at Athens, over 13 pounds spawning in tanks. but I got to see, I think it was 14. I'll have to count them again in the video I have coming up for you guys. These massive, all over 13-pound fish spawning right now to create the Lone Star lunkers. And it is cool, cool, cool. And they are big, big fish. So some of you guys that have recently turned in your lunkers, I'm going to show you your lunkers spawning with the little males. Now, actually, a couple of the males looked like they were 3.5 pound males. But I got some really cool footage. I'm going to share that with y'all. Hopefully Thursday if I can get to editing this week. I got some crazy stuff going on at work, on top of being kind of running the house right now, which, you know, Sarah, I didn't realize how much work she does in the house on a daily basis, but I've gained an appreciation for it in the last couple of weeks. Hopefully everything will be back to normal real soon and we'll be back on the water fishing. I appreciate you guys bearing with me through this process. It's been trying on both of us. So she does not like being helpless, and I don't blame her. When you can't go from the kitchen to the bedroom with a cup of coffee, it sucks. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. Man, blah, blah. Man, I blawed on a lot there. But again, thanks for watching. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for supporting my sponsors. Again, I don't talk about this nearly enough, but Waterland glasses, Ken 15 gets you 15% off. 6 cents, Ken 10 gets you 10% off. And if you use the link below to Tackle Warehouse, when you shop at Tackle Warehouse, it's no skin off of you, and they support my channel when you use my code or my link below. So, guys, that is really, really appreciated. And if you need electronics, if you hire the guys at Jones Trolling Motor, and they have been a great supporter of mine, and they continue to do that because you guys call them and say, I heard about your place from Ken Smith Fishing, and that's helpful. Very, very, very helpful. So thank you for doing that. And congratulations, by the way, to my fellow sixth sensor, Nebraska native Ben Milliken. Really, really impressive first 2 tournaments in the Open. Really, really impressive knee-high socks. Those are sweet. I don't know about the hair, man. That's a lot of hair, but that boy is dialed in with that live scope, and he seems like he's going to be hard to beat. He's got the motivation, he's got the time, he's got the money and the knowledge. That boy can catch him. I'm real impressed with Ben. I've actually never met Ben, but I'm real impressed with his fishing. It's one thing to line and say, look how good I am, like I do. It's something totally different to go on a national circuit and say, look at here, here's another 26-pound bag, and that's just my second best bag of the week. So anyway, thanks, guys. We'll see y'all soon.